So good morning to all of you. So I am Arya Kumar Bhattacharya. I am a professor and Dean of Research and Development in Mahindra University. And I'm also currently the HOD of Computer Science. And today we're going to talk about Master's program in Computer Science and Engineering and in Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. So let me start sharing my screen and then we'll get further into it. I am open to questions at any time. Now, the thing is, I suppose we are following some process by which questions are supposed to be asked only at the end. And that is absolutely fine with me. That is probably something which you would encourage. However, if some of you feel that, or any one of you feels that you have to ask a question without which you'll get lost, feel absolutely free to try to, either put up through a chat I might miss in the process of speaking, or you can directly try to call if it's possible for you.
Professor, there is a Q&A window. Students can ask in the questions there, and then you can respond to them as and when you want to.
So that Q&A window, I think while speaking, I may not notice it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, whenever you want at the end of the session, you can take it up.
Perfectly fine. Okay. So here we go. So this is the front facade of Mahindra University. Now, just to give you an idea of the dimensions, probably these stairs are about 8 feet. Okay, altogether, 7 to 8 feet. So you can make out approximately what is the height and what is the width. And of course, it's only the front part, and there's a huge building at the back. And there are many more buildings in the campus. We'll have a bird's eye view of the campus as well. So today we'll be speaking about, rather I'll be introducing, as I said, Btec in Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, and Btec in Computer Science and Engineering. These are the two new Btec programs being started by our university, of course, being kind of supported by the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. So to start with the leadership, so you all know the Mahindra Group. So Shri Anand Mahindra is the chairman of the Mahindra Group, and he's also the chancellor of our university. Professor Yaj Meduri is our vice chancellor. Professor Bishnu Pal is the dean of academics, and of course, as this is me, just in case you're not able to see me properly. All right. Okay, this is Dean R&D. So I will briefly speak about Mahindra University to start with, and then we'll gradually get into the two programs. So when we started as Mahindra Ecole Centrale, which was established in 2014. And this Mahindra Ecole Centrale was essentially, you can say it was an engineering institution to start with. And it was formed out of a tripartite collaboration between the Mahindra Group, and just now I referred to the Mahindra Group, Ecole Centrale Paris, which is now Centrale Supélec. So the Ecole Centrale Paris is one of the 5 Ecole Centrales in France. And these are like the IITs of France. So they have been like the oldest one of course, is the Ecole Centrale Paris, which has been there for about 200 years. And in fact, George Eiffel of the Eiffel Tower, whom you probably must have heard about, I am sure you would have heard about, the designer of the Eiffel Tower. So he is one of the early products of the Ecole Centrale Paris. And there are 4 others, and we have very strong links with them. So this is a 200-year-old prestigious French institution. And of course, we started also with initial collaboration with JNTU Hyderabad. So when we started, we had 4 undergraduate degree programs in computer science and engineering, civil engineering, electrical and electronics engineering, and mechanical engineering. So annual intake when we started was of the order of 240 students. Now our annual intake is of the order of about 750 students. Now here I'm talking about Btecs. Mahindra University itself was notified by the government of Telangana on 20th May 2020. And since then, we are a university. However, the legacy with Ecole Centrale continued with the Ecole Centrale School of Engineering at Mahindra University. So the original Ecole Centrale sort of metamorphosed into the Ecole Centrale School of Engineering. And we also formed quite a few other schools, like we'll talk about them. There's a School of Management, there's a School of Law, School of Education. We have just started the School of Life Sciences, and a few more are on the pipeline. So the purpose of Mahindra University, in one sentence, is to educate future citizens for and of a better world. Our mission is to train multi-skilled leaders capable of reflection as well as innovation, committed to inclusive and sustainable progress, aim for interdisciplinary academic excellence, integrating the study of science and technology with humanities, ethics and philosophy and design, and balance education with experience through entrepreneurial projects to solve complex challenges facing society. Okay. Now here you can see kind of, it's not really a real bird's eye view, it is a kind of plan. And this is the road from outside which gets into Mahindra University. This is the gate. There are some changes planned, but very broadly, the building that you see here, see all these white elements that you see in this are buildings. And of course, the green elements are trees, as you can make out, as well as lawns. So I hope that I am audible to everybody. Okay. So what you see here, actually, the very first slide that I showed you was this view, the very starting, the initial view of Mahindra University main building. This is now transformed into the Ecole Centrale School of Engineering, and the entire building is like this. Now, then we have actually, this campus was originally campus of Satyam. Of course, the buildings were quite different at that time, and it was taken over by Tech Mahindra. And then we are actually kind of changing a lot of things within the campus. So these were the existing IT blocks, which will be gradually taken over by Mahindra University for various different departments and schools. This is the coming up hostels. These hostels are already there. These are actually the existing hostels. And then you have like here, School of Education, School of Media and School of Liberal Arts. There's a convention center here. There's a School of Law, and there's a School of Management and the administration block. Okay. So in this, now let us focus on the Ecole Centrale School of Engineering. That is the engineering school. The courses offered, as you can see, there are 12 Btec programs. And in that, we have a Btec in Artificial Intelligence. Within computer science, we have got Computer Science and Engineering and Artificial Intelligence. We also have strongly coupled, or you can say overlapping with computer science, is computation and mathematics, and electronics and computer engineering. We also have quite a few other branches like civil engineering and then electronics and communication. We have mechanical, mechatronics, nanotechnology, biotechnology, computational biology, computation and media. Now, MTech, there are 7 programs. So you have autonomous electric vehicles, you have computer-aided structural engineering. These 2 are already running from the previous years. Then these are the 2 new ones that we're talking about, which I have highlighted: computer science and engineering, and AI and data science. Then we also have power electronics, we have embedded systems and systems engineering, which are also coming up as new courses. And of course, we have PhD programs in engineering sciences, natural sciences, humanities and social sciences, and in entrepreneurship as well. So what really distinguishes us, you can see the unique values that we add or bring into the field, are basically that our faculties are all PhDs. Particularly, I'm talking about the faculty for the engineering school. All faculties are PhDs, and from IITs and top-ranked global institutions from all over the world. Many of our faculty, particularly the senior professors, have an industrial background. So they do have industry exposure, and which makes a lot of difference to the formulation and the delivery, formulation of curriculum, formulation of syllabus, and the delivery of our programs. We have entrepreneurial learning, which means that you are encouraged to experiment, create new things, and then create business out of them. We have a global academic partnership. We have a number of global academic partnerships, both in Europe as well as in US. We have industry-aligned curricula, and we have state-of-the-art infrastructure. So this was about Mahindra University. Now we will get into gradually the 2 MTech programs that I spoke about. So we'll start first with the MTech in Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. So I'll go over this slowly. And so you can note down your questions, and then we will gradually try to answer them as we proceed towards the end. In fact, I've got only 1 slide for this and 1 slide for the next, but the slides are very dense. So we gradually go through those slides. So the program concept. In a sense, you can call it as a program objective, but the concept is something which is behind the objective. So the program designed to enable engineering graduates in computer science and engineering, artificial intelligence, electrical and electronics engineering, and electronics and communication engineering to acquire a greater depth of specialization in this domain in terms of the latest advances, as well as the different streams of technology development and application that reflect in both industry and academic research. So let me just break this up into two parts. First part is, of course, I heard of the first comma. So program designed to enable engineering graduates in these areas to acquire a greater depth of specialization in the domain of artificial intelligence and data science. Okay. Now, what do we mean when we say that we are looking for a greater depth of specialization? We are talking about the latest advances, as well as now, although you may look upon this as one program, but what really happens is that there are a number of different technological streams. And so what we're going to do is we're going to acquire the depth of specialization, both in the overall advances, as well as the different streams of technology development and application that reflect in industry, as well as in research. Now, research can be academic research, can be industrial research as well. Graduating students are expected to be imbued with both motivation and competence to enter and advance the fast-changing professional world of artificial intelligence and data science. Okay, I think this needs no further explanation. So students are introduced to some, you can say, very unique courses like computational sequence modeling and financial risk management, among others. So we will actually have a look at the overall curriculum structure across the 4 semesters. And we will also see where computational sequence modeling and financial risk management fits in. And if you have further questions, we can, of course, as I said repeatedly, we'll discuss more. So, like an MTech program is consisting of 4 semesters. And what we have done is that, okay, the 4th semester, the last semester is purely for the project, what you call as a dissertation. Now, these, what you see here, semester 1, semester 2, semester 3, basically are 3 columns. So semester 1, there are 5 boxes, and that reflect the 5 courses that will be taught in this particular semester. The second column is for semester 2. The third column is for semester 3. So let's go over these courses. So we have advanced database systems. Now, the thing is that normally for a person coming from CSE background, they would have already done something like database management systems. There are not too many Btecs in AI, but those who have done Btec in AI would have also come through database management systems. So EEE and ECE may not be having this background. So what we do is that we start from the basics, and then we actually go to a level which would be slightly higher than the level that would be taught for a Btec student. Then we have high performance computing. Now, high performance computing essentially, like, many of you, probably many of you would be aware that when we talk about, say, artificial intelligence or machine learning or deep learning and data science, a huge amount of computation is involved. And to do this kind of computation, we do have kind of architectures which are different from which have been growing rapidly. So we have CPUs, we have GPUs, we have TPUs also. So here we will talk about the architecture of high performance computing. Second is mathematics for AI and data science. I think this subject itself is clear what we are going. So just to give a little bit of background. So when we do this program, or rather any of the programs that we do in Mahindra University, we actually stress on both the how of things. The how of things means how to execute, how to operate different programs, different systems. But also we want to have the background knowledge of why things work. Okay. So, and that knowledge basically follows from mathematics as well as from intuitive concepts, maybe from physical sciences or maybe from mathematics. So when we deal with mathematics for AI and data science, here we stress on the fundamentals that makes data science and AI work the way they do work. Okay. Machine learning, again, I think this subject is very clear. And fundamentals of artificial intelligence. Again, I think the subject is pretty clear. Then we go to semester 2. So here we have big data analytics. Then we have computer vision. We have natural language processing. So when we talk of machine learning, deep learning, as well as data science, like we do have things like big data analytics, which have got impact on data science. And within artificial intelligence and machine learning, we have broadly, as a very base, we have 2 important branches. One is computer vision, and the other is natural language processing. So these are 2 major streams, which are a must for anybody who goes through a course like this. So these are kind of the baseline is actually taught here. Then we go to neural networks and deep learning, which is a kind of stepping stone into the world of deep learning and also into basically into the world of deep learning. And when we say data science, we actually see when you say machine learning and deep learning, it actually involves data science also. But data science lays more stress on the applications, whereas you can say AI stress or machine learning puts more stress on the basics. Then we talk of elective number 1 from any basket. So here we have actually got 3 elective baskets. Now the thing is that while we'll go further into each of those baskets, the point is that as a general rule, each basket has got 2 courses. One course is a basic course and one course is an advanced course. And a student who gets into this program has the option of choosing any one out of those 3 baskets. And when a student chooses these baskets or any one of the 3 baskets, he or she will have to do both the basic course as well as the advanced course. So for example, if you get into genomics, you will get into computational biology, and then in the next semester, you'll get into computational genomics. So for example, I'll just refer back to this and then come back here again. So you see in semester 2, we have got elective number 1 from any basket. The numbers that you see in brackets are basically the number of credits that you have for each of these courses. When you go to semester number 3, now here you had seen elective number 1 from any basket. And in semester 3, you have elective number 2 from same basket as that of number 1. That means once you've chosen the basket, you're doing the basic course in semester 2, and you're doing the advanced course in semester 3. So as I said, I gave you the example of genomics. If you go into communications, you have communication theory with 5G, and you've got deep learning in communications. Then if you go to elective basket 3, you have got basic as control theory and advanced as industrial informatics and algorithmic IoT. Okay, then coming on to semester 3. So one of the courses here is computational sequence modeling. I can talk more about this. In fact, I can talk more about both computational sequence modeling and financial risk management. But probably I'll wait to complete the higher level aspects and then come back to this. Now we have got, apart from these 2 electives that we have in a basket, we also have one course as a free elective. Now free elective, actually, I am not having there's a big list and there are a whole lot of courses, and you're free to choose any one of these. Then we have a dissertation project, which in semester 3 is made up of 2 credits. So you would have seen that if you add up these credits, it's 15 credits in semester 1, 15 credits in semester 2, comes to 14 credits in semester 3. And then we have something like semester 4, which is entirely dissertation. And here we have got something like 16 credits. And what we usually expect is that a student will start working on the project or the dissertation from semester 3 itself. And then the fourth semester, he or she will be entirely working on the dissertation. Okay. So proceeding forward from here, students can specialize in any one of 3 streams, like computational genomics, that is mentioned here below, deep learning in communications, or industrial informatics. So this is computational genomics, this is deep learning in communications, and this is industrial informatics. Each stream has a basic and an advanced course. So when we mentioned these, when we chose this out of, as I said, like when we talk of artificial intelligence or data science, like, the basics of them, which should be, you can say the common basis of them are computer vision and NLP, natural language processing. And then there are different streams, and we have put forward 3 streams, which are likely to dominate applications of AI over the next decade. And you have to choose any one out of these 3. The highlights, we are actually, our faculty and our institute, as well as our department, are closely associated with multiple industrial establishments like NVIDIA, Tech Mahindra, DRDO, Makers Lab, etc. Now, these are the big names, but we are also associated with a number of small companies. Okay, so I have not taken the names of all of those. And of course, highly qualified faculty of MU, actively engaged in research and collaboration with multiple organizations. Okay. So when we talk of computational sequence modeling, just coming back into the little bit of the details about these. So, I think many of you would be having some idea about what is natural language processing. as well as what is meant by computer, like natural language processing, as well as computer vision. But more importantly, you can say, let's focus on NLP for the moment. So, like NLP by its very nature, it deals with sequences of words, sequences of sentences. And like these kind of sequences become very, so when we deal with natural language processing, we actually try to transform these sequences, which are basically non-numeral, into numerics. So first we do convert the words into numbers. And then there are various means of trying to model these sequences of numbers. Okay. Now, sequences of numbers need not necessarily come from NLP. So for example, when you deal with stock markets, or you're dealing with, let's say, industrial prognostics, where you have sensors giving particular kind of data. Now, these are all sequences. Okay, but the nature of these sequences are, in some sense, they are more typical time series, in the sense that they deal with intervals, which are actually more or less similar intervals, and the length of each string remains the same across different strings. Whereas in NLP, we don't really have the uniformity of length of the sequences. All right. So the different techniques of modeling them, and this is what is covered in computational sequence modeling, which basically takes in both NLP as well as a typical time series. Financial risk management is something which traditionally has grown from, let us say, from very basic analysis, and it definitely involves some depth, some amount of knowledge of the finance domain itself, which in fact will also be covered in this course. So whenever we get into this, the assumption is that the person does not really have a financial background. So the first module of this course does brings a student to a level where he can appreciate what we are going to talk about. Now, financial risk management involves financial aspects as well as risk management aspects, which were done in certain ways. But then after the coming up of data sciences, the data science is now is dominating and is going to further dominate this particular domain. So this is also what we introduce in this our course. Okay, so this is about Btec in artificial intelligence and data science. Then we'll get into Btec in computer science. So the way I have kind of propounded it, the structure is very similar. So program in computer science enables Btec engineering students of CSE, AI, EEE, and ECE branches. So CSE is computer science and engineering. Then we have artificial intelligence. We have electrical and electronics engineering. And we have electronics and communication engineering branches. To acquire essential knowledge, just give me one moment. There's too much of racket coming from outside. I'll try to close the windows. Yes, so let me continue. So program in computer science enables Btec engineering students of computer science and engineering, artificial intelligence, electrical and electronics engineering, and ECE, electronics and communication engineering branches, to acquire essential knowledge related to computer science and advanced knowledge in some of the streams of technology development relevant to industry and academic research. So I think this is quite straightforward, does not need detailed description. Okay. The selection process includes an interview where students will be tested in core CSE subject areas. So you see, in this particular program, our expectation is that the students already have some basic knowledge about computer science and engineering. So for example, they're supposed to know basic operating systems. We expect them to be having some knowledge of compilers, but not necessary. So what will really happen is that in this particular course, when we take in students, we'll try to ensure that they are at a level from where they can take off on the other courses that are there in this master's program. The graduates of the program are expected to have the motivation and ability to apply the knowledge and skill set hereby acquired to real-world technological problems and innovate new technology areas. Now here, students can specialize in any one of 4 streams. So we have computer vision, data science, networking and cybersecurity, and advances in computing. So each stream has some basic and some advanced courses. So I'll just go over this, and then although I don't have it in this particular presentation, but I will move to another set of slides where we will actually look at the different electives. So let me just go over this one by one. So semester 1, mathematics for computer science. So this is just similar to what we had in mathematics for AI and DS. The course contents are not the same because the first one is oriented more towards the mathematical concepts for AI and data science. And here it is stresses on computer science. Then high performance computing, which is a very basic course, which will be needed for both the 2 Mtech programs. Again, machine learning. Here we have algorithm design techniques. And we have advanced database systems. In semester 2, we have network softwareization, principles and foundations. We have big data analytics. We have modern operating systems. And we have elective 1 and elective 2. And in semester 3, we have elective 3 and elective 4. And there's a dissertation project. Of course, the last semester is purely for dissertation project. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small, come out of this file and go into another slide, which actually talks more about these electives. So I'll just come out of this particular presentation, get into another one. And yes. So let us see. So what you see in these 3 columns are exactly the same that we saw a little while back. And then in the list of elective courses, there are actually 18 electives. So what we'll talk about here is that there are different streams. And when we look at, and we are specializing in these 4 areas: computer vision, data science, networking and cybersecurity, and advances in computing. So when we look at computer vision, now these 3 courses, 1, 2, and 15. So 1 is digital image processing and analysis. 2 is computer vision. And 15 is virtual and augmented reality. So this is the stream of computer vision. And we can see that we don't really have a hierarchical structure like we saw in artificial intelligence and data science. So we've got 4 electives. And you know, like the only issue is that all electives are not simultaneously offered in all semesters. So when you are in a particular semester, you may like to choose electives from any one of the baskets. So computer vision will have 1, 2, and 15. When you go to data science, now, for example, in 3, data mining and data warehousing, 4 is bioinformatics, 6 is data analytics and visualization, and 12 is information retrieval and search engines. So these are the electives related to data science. Then networking and cybersecurity is yet another stream of specialization. And here we have got 8 cyber physical systems, 16, which is Internet of Things, and 18 is network and cybersecurity. Advances in computing are 11, 14, and 17. So 11 is quantum computing, 14 is human-computer interaction, and 17 is cloud and edge computing. So these are the electives that we have referred to. I just forgot to mention that in both these programs, there's an industry internship, which is actually in the summer between the first year and the second year. Just as here we have an industry internship, in the other course also in data science, AI and data science, you also have an industry internship. Okay, so I think I'm done with, let me go back to the original presentation. And so these are this is the course structure. Here, of course, I have not shown the electives, which I went into the other slide and showed. So I am now more or less, okay, the highlights are actually similar to what we saw in the AI and DS program. So we have close association with multiple industrial establishments like NVIDIA, TechM, DRDO, Makers Lab, etc. I just request you to keep in mind that the same set of faculty in computer science department, I mean the same set of faculty, need not be the same faculty individually, who will be taking both the programs. So for example, one particular faculty may be taking some course from AI and data science in semester 1, and maybe some course in CSE, MTech in CSE in semester 2. Okay. And again, highly qualified faculty of Mahindra University, actively engaged in research and collaboration with multiple organizations. So thank you for your kind attention. And now I am open to questions. So if you want to put something in the chat box, it's actually our, I think Mr. Rakesh has structured the interaction. So we may not be having anything in the chat, but Q&A, I'm ready to take questions if they are there. So any of you have any questions about any aspects of the program? So Mr. Manish Mohan Reddy. Yeah, great afternoon to you also. It is not yet an afternoon, it's morning actually. So we wait for 12 o'clock to be afternoon. Maybe you're moving too fast. So I can see, okay, there is nothing in the chat as yet. Okay. So there are two questions. So let me try to answer the first one. So will there be a possibility of including aeronautical engineering into the range of courses offered at Mahindra Equal Central University? If the question is related to the Btec program, I am not too sure because we have a Btec program offered in mechanical engineering, and we do not have a Btec program in aeronautical engineering as of now. I'm not able to say about the future. However, just to clarify, I would like to add that we have electives, and many of these electives are offered to final year students, that is the fourth year Btec students, which will also be common to the MTech students. And there are, among these electives, there are a few related to aeronautical engineering. Okay, so I think there is, I'm not able to recall the exact names, but one deals with kind of design and optimization of aerospace structures. Another deals with, I think, propulsion systems, fluid mechanics, advanced fluid mechanics, computational fluid dynamics, and things like that. Okay, so we don't really have a program for MTech in aeronautical engineering per se, because we do not have a Btech in aeronautical engineering also. Now, the second question from Mr. Harish. I have submitted the admission form for Btech. What are different criteria of being selected for admission? Now, if it is a question for Btech, I am not sure whether I should, would you like to further clarify your question? Are you saying that you have tried for Btech and you are not sure about getting admitted or something like that? Or is it something else that you're trying to say? Hello? I hope I'm audible. So could you just clarify your question so that I can answer it more pointedly? Are you looking for admission into Btec and not into Mtech? If that is the case, I do not know whether I would be the right person to answer it right now. If Mr. Rakesh is here, he may like to say something about it. Well, the next question is, okay, so Harish says Btec. So then this is not really the best place where I should be answering this. Now, another question is it better to take CSE or AI in Btec program? Again, the question related to Btec. I don't know why you're asking me questions about Btec. So at a Btec level, it's a bit difficult to answer this. I would just like to say here that as far as Btec is concerned, the first 2 years, see, totally we have got 4 years, which are 8 semesters. So the first 4 semesters are common to both CSE in AI and CSE in, Btec in AI and Btec in CSE. All right. The last 4 semesters are somewhat different. And there we have actually very typical traditional courses in CSE like operating systems. Operating systems is not offered to, operating system offered to Btec in AI as well. But courses like compiler and a few other courses like, anyway. So those are there in computer science, whereas Btec there are actually into some specialized streams. Like again, there's bioinformatics, there's industrial informatics, and things like that. Okay. So I would like to answer questions which are more specific to the MTech program. Could you please just open the slide for MTech in AI and DS? Okay, I'll do that. So in fact, see, there are 2 things here. I have got another set of slides which are for Btec, completely for Btec in AI and DS. But I think most of the important elements are already contained here. So I'll just minimize this for a moment. So this is the slide for now. Do you have any specific question related to? I'll just make it smaller, shift the location. Sorry. So the slide for AI and DS is opened. I hope you're able to see it. Sorry. Do you have any specific query which I can answer? Btec computational mechanics students pursue MTech in AI and DS? Answer is absolutely yes. So I hope by CM you mean computational mathematics. Is that the case? If that is the case, the answer is yes, certainly. Although I did mention 4 specific streams, which are, as I said, one is computer science and engineering, then we have Btec in artificial intelligence, then we have Btec in the typical electrical electronics branches like EEE and ECE. However, computational mechanics, sorry, not computational mechanics, computational mathematics is not offered very widely in different institutions in India. So I did not list it in among those 4 courses, unlike the other 4, which are quite common. But yes, if someone is doing computational mathematics, either in our place or in some other institution, they can certainly pursue MTech in AI and DS. The students from electronics and computer engineering, can we pursue MTech in AI and DS? Absolutely, yes. So we look forward to more questions. I would probably expect questions. Well, these are all related to who can take up what, but I would probably expect questions more into the content or the subject matter of the two courses that we are doing. That means any questions about the specifics of the program in either AI and DS or CSE. Probably I did not talk much about the selection process. So, like when we have students and well, and those who have qualified in GATE are automatically considered. Those who have not come through GATE but are broadly having some background in computer science and engineering or related fields will also be selected. But then they will have to pass through a small interview, which will actually test their eligibility for this. And of course, in selection, again, your Btec level CGPA also matters. See, JEE mains scores. So JEE mains score is relevant for Btec admission, all right? Because that is what you take after your 12th standard, okay? Or the equivalent of 12th standard. So for MTech admission, what really matters is how you have performed in your Btec. And also, if you have taken your GATE exam, and if you have not taken the GATE, then how you have, then automatically your Btec level CGPA becomes more important, as well as the selection interview also plays a role in this. Okay, JEE mains score per se does not have a role in the admission for MTech programs. Any further queries? I would look forward, as I said, to more queries on the specifics of the programs, and of course the admission criteria as well. So I probably did not lay too much stress on the dissertation. There are two things. One is the summer program, the industry internship. So that is actually between first year and second year. That will be, although it is for 2 months, one can probably expect that also relates to your dissertation, which you will be doing over 2 semesters, the 3rd semester and the 4th semester. It may relate to the dissertation. And in fact, if you have connection with the industry, you may like to pursue some research work related to that particular activity that you have done in your summer, or it may be a completely different area as well. So Rakesh, are you there?
Good morning, sir. Priyanka this side from admission team. Actually, sir had some urgent meeting. So yeah, sir is in meeting as of now.
So, okay, so there is a question here. I assume you're asking about MTech rather than BTech, right? Will there be campus placement during final year? So you please tell me whether it is for MTech or whether it is for BTech that you're asking this question. So if we have campus placements for BTech, and obviously we'll have campus placement for MTech as well, unambiguously. Okay. Next question, MTech. Yeah, great. So definitely there's going to be. In fact, I would also like to say that we have got programs with institutions like, for example, Tech Mahindra. We have a Makers Lab here. And in the Makers Lab, we do a lot of developments. And people when both Btec final years as well as MTech, the project dissertation can potentially be done as a part of Makers Lab, as an intern in Makers Lab. And then, like automatically when you get in as an intern in Makers Lab, most of the time you enter into that company for further work, but then there's no compulsion. So if you want, you can, even after completing your project dissertation in Makers Lab, along with some industry, you may choose to go to some other industry through your campus placement. So we look forward to more questions. And Priyanka, if there are no further questions.
Yes, sir, if you don't mind, can I take that Btec admission questions?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, sir. Actually, the students K. Krish was asking about Btec admission eligibility, right? There was a student. 1 minute, sir. I'll check that. Harish K.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would like to inform about the eligibility since one more student asked. So yeah, Btec admissions are going on, Harish. And for this week only, by this weekend, we will close the admissions in 2 to 3 days might be. Because from 7, there is a registration. So we are going to commence the classes from 8 for Btec. And eligibility bases are 3 bases, which is on PCM score in 12th, or either on JE basis, or either on SAT score basis. So if you're really interested, so you can coordinate. If you have any more questions, Harish, and there was one more student, so you can let me know in the Q&A section.
So in the Q&A section, which is because my screen is open, there was.
Yeah, and
CSE or AI. So Priyanka, would like to answer that?
Which one, so?
If there's one question, is it better to take CSE or AI in Btec program?
Both the options are like better one only, CSE and AI. But yeah, I'd like to inform for Btec, CSE and AI admissions are closed for this session.
So maybe it's too late.
Yes, already it's closed.
AI.
For other branches, if
So
you're
one more
interested,
question.
you can coordinate.
Okay, so Harish is saying thank you. Okay. So again, there's another question, Priyanka, about my JE main score is this.
Okay.
Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir. 88.9 OBC category. Okay, actually, sir, maybe it can extend. If you don't mind, I'll share the official number in chat section. So if they have any query related to admissions, so they can accordingly might be coordinate.
So what I would advise is that you want to share with all the attendees. You can type it in right here in the Q&A itself. So whoever is interested can take it.
No, yeah, no issue, sir. I'll share that. If they're interested, they can coordinate.
Fine. So I am still looking forward to some interesting questions about the two programs. I know that, I think many of you are probably interested in Btec program, but here we are talking about MTech. And I look forward to some interesting queries about the two MTech courses. So there was one question about, well, I think I've opened the slide for MTech AI and DS. And if you have any specific queries about this, you may please ask. The other thing is that there was a question about yeah, so there were some questions about selection process. There was a question about campus placements. The answer is definitely yes. Now again, there's any contact number. There's a query from same Karthik. Someone has said something in chat. So, so I hope you're able to see the chat. I've opened it on my desktop.
Yeah, I've shared the details. Is it visible to you, Krish?
Harish.
Sorry, yeah, I'm so sorry, Harish.
Harish, the contact number has been placed in chat. Is it visible to you?
No.
I'll just type it in here. No, can I hope I'm able to type here. Answer, type answer. Okay, great. I'm just typing the same thing here.
Okay.
So 91548 65732.
And I would like to answer about this anonymous attendee. Yes, you might be eligible for some of the branches. So it depends on the score of, on the basis of your scores, you will be eligible for some of the branches. So you can accordingly coordinate. You're eligible on the basis of this for civil.
I think your voice is coming broken, or is it my connection which is having a problem? Priyanka, your voice came a
Yes.
little broken.
It's audible now, sir?
Yeah, now it is better. Yes.
Yeah.
You may just repeat what you said last, because it was probably.
Yeah, anonymous attendee, if you're asking about civil engineering in Btec, yeah, on the basis of JE score. So you can coordinate on the basis of this score for civil. You can coordinate.
Yeah, that is basically with the number that you have given, right? So any more questions? So Priyanka, if there are no more questions, then I think we can call it a day for now.
Yes, sir.
So I would like to thank all the attendees, and I do hope that I've been able to present the course the two courses actually, as well as all the important aspects that are there. And we look forward to some of you coming into the program out of your interest. Okay, so I stop sharing. Thank you very much for your attention, for your interest. Okay, bye-bye, all the best.
Thank you, sir. It was great to have you. It was really a nice session.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.